It's another day and another time to visit another subreddit called Emma or Ask Me Anything by online comps. Please enjoy the video and like if you did. Here we go. I suffered a mild stroke while masturbating and had to call 911. First responders and several family members saw my setup and I'm still struggling with how to deal with the embarrassment of it all. Emma. Update. In the past 24 hours, my life got way more embarrassing and then got way better. I seriously expected to get like 3 comments to this post. As in 1, that's gay, 2, sucks to be you, and 3, stroke jokes. I was starting to get concerned yesterday afternoon when this thing really started to get upvoted and all my detailed answers were already in the comments. Perhaps I should have expected this, but a link to this post made it into my parents' email inbox via a friend of my younger sister, not the freaky one, who was like, hey, isn't this what happened to your brother? I just assumed it was going to stay in the family, but why would I think that? Happy to elaborate if needed, but long story short, the parents got the link because my sister was concerned for me and thought this would help. I wanted to kill her initially. The parents read all the comments. Hi, Mom. They didn't know Reddit existed and were really impressed with the quality of the discussion and were happy they got to hear my unfiltered perspective on all this. You guys were totally right. They made comments respecting my private sex life and were embarrassed for me, not judgmental of me. It was a long discussion, 3 hours, that ended with lots of joking, laughing and some crying. At one point, my dad even asked, so, that feels good, huh? I think he's curious, and my sister maintains she did not take my butt plug. Over a month ago, I had a transient ischemic attack and have basically made a full recovery. But I literally thought I was going to die. I had settled in for an extended session of self-love complete with several toys and porn air playing to the TV. About 20 minutes in, my entire left side, I'm left-handed, went numb and I lost strength in both arms. I felt I could not lift them above my shoulders, and nothing made sense. The girl in the video had been talking dirty, but now sounded like garbled nonsense. I tried to talk, like to say what the fuck out loud or something, and all that came out was oofch. So at that point, I lost all sense of the situation and just dialed 911. Within what seemed like 3.5 seconds, first responders knocked at my door and I greeted them without any clothes on, porn still playing, big dildos and more glistening on a towel on the floor. I was making no sense and was no doubt acting really out of it, so they took me to the ER where I was discharged a few hours later with the full clarity of what had happened. My dad was at the ER with me, and when he said, let's get you home, all I was thinking is that I needed to get into the house first. My mother and sister's car were parked out front of my house when we pulled up, so this was clearly moot. I'm just a bit mortified. The conversations and awkwardness of the past 5 weeks has been a daily curse. Congrats, you just had your first orgasm. Oh god, that's mean, lol. Probably one of those stories you see on Reddit. Asterisk, I am a paramedic, AMA asterisk. Anyways, that aside, glad you're okay, better that you're well now than them finding you unconscious or dead in your living room naked with all your toys laying around. We've seen worse. Once got called to an attempted suicide via bleed out I'm hauling ass because I'm thinking slit wrists. Nope, dude cut his dick off. This is an easy one. Own it. You're the only one that can make yourself feel any way about it. You have to choose shame, so don't. You said it best yourself. Self-love. It's that simple. No one can shame you but yourself, and there's nothing wrong with what you were doing. The end. To paraphrase the lovely Julia Child, never apologize. Do not twist yourself into knots of excuses and explanations. Show yourself a little love and move on. And enjoy self-care Sundays with gusto. Good vibes. Edit. Gold. Wow, sirs. Thanks. You're a kinky guy. Own it. Might as well be back quote out about whatever it is you're into. Have fun with it. Let them be embarrassed. Invite them to be as open-minded as you. And then thank them for saving your life and loving you. Edit. I realize this is an Emma, so I'll add a couple questions to my unsolicited advice. How many sex toys did you have out anyway? Have you considered writing a self-love back quote how-to book? 2 butt plugs, 1 largish realistic looking black dildo. Not sure why the color matters, but it probably does to someone involved here. couple different loose nipple pumps. They probably have no idea what those are, and an anus. This was all wrapped up in a towel and placed in my room by either my mother or my sister, the smaller of the two, but plugs is missing. I have several theories. One, it was in me when I called 911 and they have a protocol of not returning such a thing. 2, I did something with it in a panic and I'll end up finding it in a drawer the next time I move. Or 3, my freaky sister took it. I know that last one sounds crazy, but it's like a 1% idea and would not completely surprise me. So you're not tempted to ask around your family what happened to my favorite butt plug? Then, makes for a good Thanksgiving dinner conversation plot twist. It's in the turkey. Putting the stuff in stuffing. I'm seriously expecting that I get sex toys for Christmas this year. Age, gender, orientation, etc. Oh, yeah. Sorry, 32, straight. Live-in girlfriend of 6 years who was thankfully out of town on travel. She knows I had the Shire and went to the but I think that's all. She is good friends with my youngest sister, not the one who was at my house, so she could know something, but we are pretty open, so I think she would have said something. I do intend to tell her, but it's just been a lot. Do you know what caused it? A Shire is pretty much a stoke, it just goes away by itself. So I would say it was elevated blood pressure from masturbating caused a blood clot to enter part of the brain. Do you have any lasting effects from the stroke? I feel like my left hand is still somewhat numb, but that could be imaginary, and even if it isn't, I could happily live my life like this. Otherwise, no lasting impact. Did you have any symptoms leading up to the stroke? 0 symptoms, no high blood pressure or anything. So just so I can relate, I'll tell you of the accident that showed my setup to my family, parents, grandparents and all accompanied family members. Let me set the scene. Family reunion, volleyball in the backyard with my hefty female cousin. She hit the ball over the fence into the neighbor's garden, and I was convinced by my uncle I should jump and retrieve it as he figured she could not. I jumped off the top of this fence and landed on a 1/2 inch piece of steel stock that they must have been using as a truss, entered through my scrotum, and came out 30 centimeters above my setup. I proceeded to pull myself off it in a fit of shock and jump back over the fence. The fence ripped me of my dignity and my pants were torn from my body completely. There I'm bleeding from the groin and my whole family, 20 plus people, shocked staring at my setup. I was rushed to the hospital. Turns out the steel stock pushed everything vital out of the way and only damaged tissue. Happened a few years ago. It gets better, opus. Just the occasional shish kebab joke now. TL. Doctor got impaled through the scrotum. 20 plus family members saw my dick and balls covered in blood. Yeah, okay. I'll just sit here staring at my computer making a weird face and involuntarily cupping my balls. Did anyone low-key tease you about it? What kind of things did they say? I think I would actually like it better if they were teasing me. They are just saying enough to let me know they know, but not really getting anything out in the open. Mom just said I wrapped your things up in a towel and put them in your room, and add saying things like, I thought girlfriend was out of town, etc. If it makes you feel any better, as an EMT you see many people masturbating. Most of them aren't having actual medical problems and get super creepy. So they've seen it 100 times and were probably just relieved you weren't calling to try to harass them. Like, hey, let's call 911 and be jerking off when they arrive? That's a thing. It's a thing. Unfortunately, people are weird. Please like the video and comment your thoughts on it. I hope this smiling doggo help you decide to subscribe and hit the bell icon for this channel. Thanks for watching, and don't be stressed.